An act to amend the Northeast Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ehoveri. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 15th May 2025. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the North Central Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 14th May 2025. The third order of the day is the reading of a bill for an act to amend the South-South Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 14th May 2025. The fourth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Southwest Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ehoveri. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 14th May 2025. The fifth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Southeast Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 15th May 2025. The sixth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap A12 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 as amended, to make provisions for establishment of Federal College of Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences, Umaisha, Total Local Government Area, Nasarawa State, and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 14th May 2025. The seventh order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational and Entrepreneurship Institute, Okota Oshodi, Lagos State, to provide qualitative education in vocational and entrepreneurship and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 14th May 2025. The eighth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Polytechnics Act, Cap F17 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to establish Federal Institute of Technical and Vocational Education, IMECO, Ogun State, and for the purpose of providing qualitative education in technical education and vocational education and for related matters, standing again in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 14th May 2025. The ninth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational and Skill Acquisition College, Ankaba, Kano State, to provide for research, teaching, instruction, and training on vocational and skill acquisition and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the. I therefore call on the House Leader to move that the 9 bills be read for the third time.
Much appreciated, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Professor Julius Ehoveri, representing the good people of our Federal constituency, Mr. Speaker, from Edo State. And thank you for very clearly outlining the titles of these bills. It is my pleasure to HB 2308, HB 2306, SB 568, SB 56, HB 226, HB 506, and HB 592 be read for a third time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The minority leader, please can you kindly say.
I rise to second the motion for the third reading of 9 bills as listed in the order paper 1 to 9, HB 2320, HB 2327, HB 2328, HB 2306, SB 568, SB 56, HB 226, HB 506, and HB 592. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Northeast Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to amend the North Central Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to amend the South-South Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Southwest Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Southeast Development Commission Act 2025 and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Cap A12 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 as amended to make provision for the establishment of Federal College of Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences, Umaisha, Toto Local Government Area, Nasarawa State, and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational and Entrepreneurship Institute, Okota, Oshodu, Lagos State, and provide qualitative education in vocational and entrepreneurship and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Polytechnics Act, CAF F17 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to establish Federal Institute of Technical and Vocational Education, Imeko, Ogun State, and for the purpose of providing qualitative education in technical education and vocational education and for related matters, third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal Vocational and Skills Acquisition College, Yankaba, Kano State, to provide for research, teaching, instruction, and training on vocational and skills acquisition and for related matters, third reading.
All the 9 bills are read the third time and passed. The 10th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Federal Capital Territory Administration Statutory Revenue Fund of the Federal Capital Territory Administration account the total sum of 1,708,392 naira only, of which 150,353,906,168 naira only is for personnel cost, and the sum of 343,679,677,448 naira only is for overhead cost, while the balance of 1,289,690,124,776 naira only is for capital projects for the service of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for the financial year commencing 1st January and ending on 31st December 2025, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 13th May 2025. I now invite the House Leader to move that the bill be read the second time.
Hold on. No HB number.
Number 10.
I know. Okay. I will have to read the entire text. There's no HB number. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that the bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Federal Capital Territory Administration's Statutory Revenue Fund of the Federal Capital Territory Administration account the total sum of 1,783,823,708,392 Naira only, of which the sum of 150,353,906,168 Naira only is for personal costs.
Honorable David, you are welcome.
And the sum of 343,777,448 Naira only is for overhead costs, while the balance of 1,189,690,124,776 Naira only is for capital projects for the service of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for the financial year commencing 1st January and ending 31st December 2025. To be read for a second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader.
Of the bill, I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, read the long title.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to authorize the issue from the Federal Capital Territory Administration Statutory Revenue Fund of the Federal Capital Territory Administration account the total of 1,783,323,708,392 Naira only, of which the sum of 150,353,906,168 Naira only is for personnel cost, and the sum of 343,779,677,448 Naira only is for overhead cost, while the balance of 690,124,776 Naira only is for capital projects for the service of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, for the financial year commencing 1st January and ending 31st December 2025. Second reading.
Honorable colleagues, this for further legislative action. The 11th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish National Air Center, Bende, for the prevention, management, and cure of ear defects and diseases, to establish a board to govern the center and an academic community to take charge of the center's academic affairs and for related matters, standing in the names of Honorable Benjamin Kalu and 6 other honorable members. Honorable members recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 20 December 2023. I now invite Honorable Kalu to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, there are a couple of us who sponsored this bill. I'm just coming from ECOWAS Parliament. I'm trying to rise before this was mentioned. May I kindly, with your permission, allow Honorable Nkem Kama to lead it as one of the co-sponsors?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Honorable Kama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear Deputy Speaker, for you.
And I represent the unique people of Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and Udu Federal Constituency. I am from Delta State. I rise to move for the second reading of a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, to create Ughelli East Local Government Area in Delta State and for related matters, HB 2248. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder?
Member of Federal Constituency, I'm from River State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the bill HB 2248 be read for the second time. I say second. Thank you.
Those in support of this say nay. There is have it. This bill is a constitutional amendment bill, which we believe that it will be exhaustively discussed at the level of our constitutional review meetings. So with your kind permission, go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill go for second reading, say aye. Those against it say nay. There is have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal University of Animal Health and Production Technology (VOM) to make comprehensive provisions for management and administration of the university and for related matters be read the second time. I so move.
Honorable Leader.
Thank you, Speaker and my honorable colleagues. I still remain Honorable Tochukwu Chinedu Okere, and I represent the entire people of Owerri North, Owerri West, Owerri Municipal Federal Constituency. I am an Owerri man from Imo State. Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues, thank you for the opportunity to lead the debate on the general principles on a bill for an act to provide certain rights for older persons in order to ensure health and economic reliefs and protection for their social and civil rights and for related matters 2025. The 1999 Constitution as amended specifically in its section on fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy, chapter 2, provides for the rights of older persons. Section 14, subsection 2b, states that the security and welfare of the people are the primary purpose of government. And section 16, subsection 2d, specifies that the adequate shelter, food, old age care, and pensions are to be provided for all citizens, including older persons. In elaboration, section 16, subsection 2d addresses the right of the older persons by mandating the government to provide adequate shelter, food, and social security, including old age care and pensions, to all citizens. This implies that older persons have a right to these basic needs and services. According to the Amnesty International, most people think of age as a number. Many think that a person becomes older when they reach the national retirement age, which is usually 60 or 65. However, older age is a social construct that changes in given contexts and situations. This is particularly true given that people are living longer and healthier lives, changing perceptions and stereotypes about older persons in many societies. Indeed, our world is facing an irreversible demographic shift. More people are reaching old age than ever before. The number of people in Nigeria over 65 is expected to double in coming decades, reaching over estimated 15.6 million by 2050. Older people are too often stereotyped as being dependent on others. They are seen as recipients of charity rather than as rights holders who can make their own choices. The United States of America have since in 1965 enacted and decreed the Older Americans Act, in the sense that older Americans were entitled to certain basic rights and benefits. The law provides funding for an extensive network of states and area agencies on aging and local providers that coordinate and deliver services and protect the rights of older persons. Some of these rights include right to freedom from discrimination, right to freedom from abuse, neglect and exploitation, right to health and social services, right to participate in the society, right to financial security, and right to dignity and respect. Other regions and organizations which have adopted the Protocol of Older Persons' Rights are the African Union had adopted a protocol on the rights of older persons. And while 14 countries have signed it, though not ratified yet. Additionally, the UN Human Rights Council has adopted a resolution affirming the obligation of all states to respect, protect, and fulfill the human rights of older people. The Global Alliance for the Rights of Older Persons also plays a significant role in advocating for the rights of older people worldwide, with over 380 members in around 80 countries. Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues, this bill seeks the following: prohibition of discrimination against older persons, rights of older persons like liberty and communal life, mobility and accessibility to physical structure, rights to adequate housing, rights to health and long-term care, rights to goods and services like road transportation, seaport, railway and airport facilities, right to first consideration in queues and emergencies, adequate standard of living and social protection, participation in politics and public life. Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues, I urge you all to support this bill as it has the potential to make significant impact and enhance the lives of older persons living in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Okere. I think
a bill for an act to provide certain rights for older persons to ensure health and economic relief and protection for their social and civil rights and for related matters. Second reading.
this bill is referred to the Committee on Women Affairs for further legislative action. The 15th order of the day.
A bill for an act to establish Federal University of Technology Act, CAP F23, Law of the Federation of Nigeria 2024, to provide for the establishment of Federal University of Technology, Osogbo, Osun State, for the promotion and development of university education in Nigeria, and make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration, and for related matter, HB 1058. Mr. Speaker, I so moved.
Any seconder to this motion?
Activities and determine the standard of knowledge and skills to be attained by the person seeking to become a registered member of the institute, and for related matters, HB 1626. Mr. Speaker, I seek your support that the bill be read for a second time. Thank you, dear colleague, and my dear Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder? Honorable Oga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As House Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Ebony State. I rise this afternoon to second the motion.
Honorable member, please, we are distracting the speaker.
That
please,
the bill
just
shall
hold
be
on.
read for second
Please.
reading. I hereby move. I hereby second.
But again, this is an establishment bill. We go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill go for second reading should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Members, a bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Entrepreneurship Consultants charged with the responsibility of advancing the study, training and practice of entrepreneurship activities, and determine the standards of knowledge and skills to be attained by persons seeking to become registered members of the institute and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred for further legislative action. The 17th order of...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain Engineer Satomi Ahmad, representing the good people of Jere Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Borno State. I rise this afternoon to read the bill for an establishment of Private Intelligence and Investigation Council to establish a regulatory framework that ensures professionalism, ethical conduct, and accountability of private intelligence and investigation firms, standardize the industry's practice, provide accreditation and certification, promote continuous training and development, foster collaboration between private and public security sectors, enhance the integrity and effectiveness of private intelligence and Investigation, Private Intelligence and Investigation Council services in contributing to national security and public safety, and for related matters, HB 1721. I so move, sir.
Any seconder?
Yes.
My dear brother.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, Nolimun Naji is my name, Kano East West Federal Constituency of Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, colleagues, permit me to second the bill as moved by my friend, Honorable Satome. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Are we not in support of enhanced security? Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Again, honorable colleague, this is an establishment bill. I'm sure details of this bill will be discussed comprehensively during
the motion. Need to drag the Watari Dam in Bogwe local government area of Kano State, Shannon Bogwe Federal Constituency of Kano State. The House note that Watari Dam is multi-purpose water dam located in Bogwe local government area of Kano, the entire Kano North senatorial zone. Also aware that Watari Dam project was constructed between 1977 and 1980 with the official opening of 1981. Aware that the dam was constructed to improve flood control, irrigation, farming, and potable water to the 6 local government area, namely Bogwai, Bichi, Tsanyawa, Dawakin Toba by extension Fage local government, and Dala local government area of Kano senatorial zone. Also aware that Watari Dam project was stand as the 3rd largest dam with a storage capacity of 1.55 million liters of water, and irrigate 2,600 hectares of land with 60% of land presently cultivated. Concern, since the project was completed in 1980, the dam has not been dredged by causing visible sign of overwhelming sand and soil field of forcing straight to the dam and the surrounding area. Also concerned that without government intervention, the dragging the dam will collapse, causing danger to the existing and economic value of the dam. Resolve, urge the federal government, Minister of Water Resources, to include the dredging of Watari Dam project in 2006 budget estimated to complete the dredging. Mandate the House Committee of Water Resources to ascertain the current state of water dam and come up with the modalities to ensure the dredging of the dam within the shortest possible time and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Also mandates the House Committee on Water Resources and legislative compliance to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, thank you.
Any Kano man that is willing to shift.
But politically we differs. Honorable Speaker, my name is Dr. Gali Mustafa Tijani. I represent Alabasu Gaya Jingi Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. I rise to second the motion as moved by my elder brother, Honorable Badao. I so second.
Those in support of This motion is referred to the Committee on Water Resources for further legislative action.
I represent Gwale Federal Constituency. I am from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, this motion is on the need to revamp the nation's commodious textile industry. The House notes that the Nigerian textile industry, with over 180 mills in operation in the 60s and the 80s, significantly impacted the manufacturing sector, employing nearly 450,000 people and generating 67% annual growth, making it the highest employer of labor. Also notes that Nigeria possesses ample raw materials such as cotton and wool for textile production, which can boost local productivity and economy. Aware that revitalizing the textile industry will create employment, reduce social issues, boost revenue, diversify the economy, and enhance socio-economic development in the country. Concerned over the significant decline in the textile industry over the last 2 decades, resulting in the layoff of thousands of workers from companies like Kaduna Textile, Kano Textile, Aba Textile, United Nigeria Textile, Fast Spinners, among others. Also concerned that the discovery of oil in Nigeria resulted in decreased cotton production, a crucial raw material for the textile industry, thereby significantly impacting the textile sector. Worried that government policies such as higher taxation, expensive production cost, and trade liberalization leading to extensive importation of textile raw materials, which have had a negative impact on the production of the textile industry. The House resolves to urge the federal government to ban the importation of foreign textiles into the country to rejuvenate the production of local textile materials. Also urge the Federal Ministry of Power to collaborate with the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment to provide necessary facilities, especially power to local textile manufacturing companies to enhance quality outputs. Further urge the Ministry of Finance, Industry, Trade and Investment and other related agencies to encourage local textiles by providing soft loans, easy access to credit facilities through the Bank of Industries. Mandate the House Committees on Industry and Commerce to conduct public hearing with relevant stakeholders in textile industries to review challenges of moribund textile sector and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Also mandate the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable, are you
that should be considered. It should be a long-term issue, not immediate.
Okay.
Amendment.
Let me start with Billy.
Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Sawaru. I represent the good people of Orion, the Federal Constituency of Edo State. I still remain a very proud Benin chief. Mr. Speaker, as good as this motion may look, I think the very good question you ask, if this is an immediate ban, we know that is going to be a very big challenge. Therefore, looking at prayer 1, we should urge the federal government to regulate the importation of foreign textiles into the country to rejuvenate the production of local textile materials. Also move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to these amendments?
Right Honorable Inua Garba, member representing Yamato.
Your Excellency, respected colleagues, I'm concerned about the body of the motion and the prayers. And my concern is coming from the fact that the PIA that we pass has a lot of embedded clauses, giving NNPC sole responsibility of many things, and this is one of it. And my fear is that we could constitute the committee at the end of the day, be faced with embarrassment. I want to beg my brother, if he agrees, to step down and look at the PIA bill regarding this particular provision. They are not like other MDAs. They are subjected to all other scrutinies. There's exemption, and there are a lot of exemptions, sir. And indeed, in that, there's a clause even that exempts them from even attending to, if it was a mistake, until we amend those clauses before we can carry out this kind of function. That's my little advice to my brother.
Honorable Garba Inoa.
Thank you, sir.
Are you willing to heed to his advice that we take a look more on this motion vis-a-vis the PIA to see if your prayers are already accommodated there? And if they are not, then we can now revisit
Speaker,
the motion.
I don't know what our leader wants to achieve. Maybe is he trying to amend one of the prayers, or is
he said the body, the whole entire body of the motion is counterproductive because enough provisions have been made in the PIA.
But what is he suggesting, sir?
He is saying that you should withdraw, take a look at the PIA and see if all the prayers of this motion are already answered. If not, you can represent. But from his own view, all the prayers of your motion are already accommodated in the PIA.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I think with the fact that he is advising that we should go back and make our own research based on what we have in the PIA, I agree with his proposal. We are going back to see what is accommodated in the PIA with the view to make sure that that pension belonging to the NNPC pensioners is paid. I agree with that, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Inoa, for your maturity. So, honorable colleagues, this bill is withdrawn for further legislative action by the leave of the House. The 21st order of the day is consideration of two bills standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ehovere. The leader will move for their consideration. Maybe we take them all together, or we take them one individually, collectively.